If you're going to spend 1/3 of your life sleeping, then you better give some serious thought to where you're going to do that. Today on For Your Home, I'll show you how to turn a bedroom into a space that won't keep you up at night. It's all coming up next on For Your Home. At one time, everybody's bedroom starts out like this. Big, wide, open spaces, empty spaces. Then we start filling those spaces up. We start adding things, and before you know it, well, I'm afraid it could look like this, or even worse, like this. Now, did you know if you live to the age of 74, and that's pretty much our average age nowadays, you will have slept over 200,000 hours? Wow, that's a lot of time and a lot of sleeping. You want to do it in a room you love. Now, I started out with an empty room because that's how every decorating project should start out. Then you just start adding pieces as you go, layering it on top of it until you get that perfect look that you're after. Now, every decorating project, well, we want it to look great, but more importantly, when we're in the bedroom, we want a healthy environment that is also relaxing. Let's start with the bed, because after all, we're talking about getting a good night's sleep. Now, your bedroom contains a lot of foam, and you may not have thought about this before, but between the mattress, the furniture, headboards, and bedding, well, they play an important role in creating a great environment. Now, most foams are made from petroleum, but some of the newer foams, well, they're created with a 25% less amount of petroleum. They replace that instead with the soybean. Now, when you're looking at mattresses, you want to consider not only the foam that's inside of them, but you want to consider the material that they're made out of. For example, this particular mattress has a cover on it that is kind of like a little built-in thermostat. What do I mean by that? Well, this fiber or this foam on the top of the bed, it comes from the sap from rubber tree plants, and it has an ability to wick away moisture from your body, keeping you cool and dry, and that's really important. Look for a mattress that is both antimicrobial and allergen-free. Did you know that one of the #1 reasons that people don't get a good night's sleep is because of allergies and a cold? And that's nothing to sneeze at. You can reduce that problem by having a more healthy mattress in the room. Headboards? Well, today one of the biggest trends in headboards are upholstered headboards. They have a great feel to them. They're natural. You can get the colors to blend with your room. We had Andy build this headboard for us, and he did a great job. The foam inside of here, well, it's the same foam as in the mattresses. Again, a healthy environment. What did we cover our upholstered headboard with? Natural linen. So when you're selecting your headboard style and the fabrics, think natural. Our healthy retreat is off to a great start with the perfect bed. Bedroom windows, black them out or let the sun shine in? We're going to find out. Everything is shaping up just as I planned. Window treatments in a bedroom have to be both attractive and functional. And how functional they are depends on what kind of a job you do when you go to hang those window treatments, right, Andy?
That's exactly right.
That's the reason I don't mess around. I call him my good friend Andy Nance. He's sort of my hero when it comes to hanging draperies. He's got the tools, he's got the know-how, and he's got some great tips that are going to help you install draperies properly at your house. Right, Andy?
That's exactly right. We'll go through a few things here and see if we can't get these up.
All right, I'm going to leave you to the work because you are the master.
All right, great. All right. Well, the first thing you need to do is determine how high the rod is going to go up off the floor. And so that's determined by the length of the draperies. And these draperies are going to be on rings. And this is one of the rings here that we had to modify just a little bit to make everything work here today. But anyway, I've put the drapery pins in the panel low enough so that when it's hooked through the ring, it hides the hook and all that mess back there so that we can have a nice clean look right up under the rod. So I've got one panel laid out here on the floor already, and I have a ring on the rod. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure, if I can find my tape measure, right here it is. I'm going to measure all the way from the bottom of the panel, just hook my tape right there on the bottom. I'm going to tug just a little bit on the rod here, and that is 91¼ inches to the bottom of the rod. So we have to remember that, 91¼ inches. We have 3 brackets, and obviously one will go in the middle and then one will go on each end. Sloan was talking that she wanted the draperies to go out as far as possible on each side of the window so that it won't encroach on the glass. So today we're going to go out about 12 inches out on each side, and that will be the rod length. And then we have to make sure that we have enough room to have the finial on the end of the rod, just so that it won't hit the wall or something like that. So that's what we need to do, and I'll start putting up the brackets. Okay, so that's the first bracket up. We've got 2 more brackets to put up just like that. If you didn't have these blinds up and everything, you would have to measure your window casing and find the middle of the window itself. But since I've got these blinds up, there's a center string here that kind of indicates where the center of the whole window set is. So I'm just going to follow that line of that string and go straight up. All right, we've got our brackets up on the wall now. Now our next step is to determine how many rings we need to put on this rod to hold the draperies. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rings, and then the last ring will go to the wall for the return. So we're going to put 9 rings on each side of the rod, then we'll put the finial on. I've got 9 rings here. I'm going to put them on and push them all the way down for the left-hand panel. The easiest way to put this pole up, it's an expandable rod, so it's got to give us a little bit of ease. We can go either way with it a little bit. The easiest way, I've got 9 rings on the right-hand side, 9 on the left, and I'm going to just kind of set that right in there, and I can pull until this one. Now we'll work on this right-hand side. Remember, we want 1 ring on the outside of this bracket. So we're going to pick this up and move that over just so that there's 1 ring hanging there. Start hanging with the leading edge of your drapery. Don't start from the return side, start from the leading edge side. Hook your ring in. Now that we've got the panel up, we still have to deal with this return. And what I'm going to do is put a screw in the back to hang the drapery on. Look at our length, make sure they're just touching the floor. That's what we wanted. And we'll dress these in just a little bit, but I want to get the other panel hung first. I'm going to move my ring to the outside. I'm going to put a screw in the wall for the return side of the drapery that goes back to the wall. And to determine the height, it goes right where this hook is here that the drapery pin goes through. So I'm going to put my drill up. I'm going to go even with that and just put a screw there to hang the drapery pin over. Again, you start with the leading edge. And here's where that screw, I'm just putting that drapery pin right over that screw to hold the return.
Oh, Mr. Andy, I'm loving the way these are looking.
Yeah, they look good, don't they?
Yeah, you did a great job.
I am just dressing these now. We have a couple of choices. We can dress them like this, and I've dressed the other panel a little differently. It's got a little more personality to them. I don't know if you like
that.
You like
That's a
that
great
better?
Look. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I like
well,
it.
I'll do this the same way.
How do you do it?
All you do is you just take the pleat that's stuck out and just fold it right back.
Just like doing a throw pillow on
Yeah,
a
just
sofa.
like that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I love that.
And we try to hide the hooks up here if we can. So.
I'm always learning something new from you all the time. And I bet you learned a lot about how to hang drapes the professional way. Now, I selected linen drapes for this room. This is Belgian linen drapes. In Belgium, they have the finest linen available. It's nice and crisp and clean, just perfect for creating that right environment. Now, in a child's room, though, you might want to give some thought to investing in some shades that have a blackout backing to them. That way, in the summertime, when the sun's still shining, but it's their bedtime, you can draw those blinds and everybody will have a better night's sleep. Storage is an important aspect whenever you're planning the perfect bedroom. Now, come on, it's time for you to get rid of those egg crates and those old plastic drawers. You're a grown-up now. Our linen drapes make the perfect backdrop. Now it's time to start finishing this bedroom. Furniture is really your solution to overstuffed closets and stacks of socks and accessories with no place to go. Next time you go shopping for furniture, whether it's at a furniture store or even at an antique shop, don't be influenced with flashy finishes and discount prices. You want to shop for furniture just like you would shop for a car. Check out the quality of the way it's made, the quality of the finish, and how durable is it going to be? If you keep those things in mind, you're really going to end up with some great furniture that can last you a long time and will be very serviceable. Now, you want to take a list of the things that you need to store. If you've got lots of closet space, lucky you. You're not going to need furniture that has as many drawers in it as someone who has like limited storage space. But if you make a list of like jewelry, lingerie, blankets, all of those kind of things, that'll help you determine what type of drawer setup you want to get in your furniture. You want to get something that has some variety. For example, with the piece that we're looking at here, we have small drawers, long, narrow drawers, and then as they go on down, they get larger in size. That means we can store a variety of items. Now, you also want to look at some of the great details in the furniture that you're picking out. First thing, quality. Did you know that a drawer, even as small as this, once we load it up with clothing, jewelry, or accessories, it can weigh as much as 20 pounds. You want to make sure that you open and close that drawer several times when you're shopping. Make sure that it glides easily. If it doesn't work and operate properly now, it's never going to work once you get it loaded with clothing. Okay, on the side, We always want to make sure that we have great dovetail drawers. That's what holds this drawer together over time. Other features that you can look for is you might want to look for drawers that are lined with velvet for jewelry. Even some of them have tarnish-proof linings so that'll keep your silver jewelry nice and shiny. Now, if you don't have a linen closet, your bedroom furniture can serve a great purpose there as well. Look for furniture that has maybe large, easy to operate drawers that are lined with cedar. That's a really great benefit. Now, hardwoods, that's another thing you want to look for. This is mahogany veneer. It has a beautiful finish to it. We have a short grain Primavera border around the drawers and really nice quality hardware. All of these things are going to last you a long time and are going to be really serviceable in your bedrooms. Now, how about style of furniture? Well, you know that's really a personal decision. Way too personal for me to make for you. You have to make that for yourself. I selected the Kentwood collection. It's manufactured by Universal Furniture for us to use in this bedroom today. One of the things that you can tell about a piece of quality furniture right when you walk up to it is look at the pattern of wood graining. Notice how detailed it is in the doors and how they match up with each other. That's always a good sign that you're looking at a well-manufactured piece of furniture.
A well-functioning bedroom requires quality furniture and comfortable seating.
Every bedroom needs a chair, a place that you can relax, maybe read a book, or if nothing else, just somewhere you can throw your clothes on when you are too tired to hang them up when you come home from work. I like this chair because I love the size of it. You know, there's enough room in here for you and maybe a small child. You can watch the movies together, maybe read a book to them. I also like this chair because it is manufactured with environmentally friendly materials. The foam that's used in it, well, that's that great foam made with soybeans. We have natural linen fibers on the upholstery materials, and the finishes, they're low VOC. That means they're not going to be gassing off any fumes into our environment. So for us, this is perfect. You know, we've been talking about furniture and shopping for furniture that has quality, style, and creates that healthy environment we're after, and it's not hard to find those pieces when you're shopping. All you want to do is take the time to investigate the manufacturer of your furniture and be sure while you're shopping to read those labels. That's the key to the real story. Now that we have all of our elements in place, it's time for us to get serious and create a great adult retreat.
Things are shaping up just as I planned they would.
In the bedroom, it's all about the bed, and I gotta tell you, I think this is one of the most beautiful beds we've ever put together. Everything we used is all natural, so it makes a wonderful sleeping environment. How did we get to this point? Well, we started, of course, with a great mattress. Then we added a quality mattress pad. You always want to do that to protect your mattress. We topped that off with some great bamboo sheets. Now, you think bamboo, why would that be luxurious? That's because when you take bamboo and you spin the green fibers, the result is a fiber that is as soft as cashmere and silk. Makes wonderful sheets. When you slip into this bed, you know it's all about luxurious comfort. After the sheets, we topped it off with a great comforter, and it has a natural cotton casing over it, so it's a beautiful ensemble. Pillows, well, we've got a lot of them, and that's what really makes a bedroom nice and cozy. If you're working on a budget and you're trying to find a way that you can put some new life into the room that you have, think about just adding some new pillows. And if you really want to save money, do a little sewing. They're easier to make than you might think. Take a look. The best way to punch up any living room or dining room or family room, even your bedroom, are with new throw pillows. If you go out there and you start shopping, you're going to have two problems probably. First of all, you might not be able to find the color you want, and second, it may not be the right size. You can solve all those problems by making your own. I know I can hear you saying right now, but Vicki, I don't know how to sew. Trust me, this pillowcase is so easy to make. You're going to do it even if it's your first project. Now, I don't want to bore you with all the measurements. Let's just stick with the basics. The measurements on how to make this size is going to be on my website so you can check it out there. Let's start with the pillow form first. The most economical way is, if possible, recycle the inside pillow forms, that's what these are called, that are already in your throw pillows to the new slip covers that you're going to make. That way you're not having to store them out of season, and it's a real money saver. Another way to save money when you're getting your pillow forms is to look at the way that they're made and the materials that are used. First of all, this is the most expensive pillow form. This has got down in it, meaning feathers, so it's soft, it's very plush. This one is a polyester cotton blend. Polyester and cotton, of course, is much cheaper than the down. So if you're not really using it for comfort, you're doing it for show, go with a less expensive. The first thing you want to do is you want to measure the form so that you know what size of pillow you're going to be making. And then you're going to take that measurement and add to it all the different seam allowances you need. And like I said, it's on the website, so don't worry about it. And you're going to add a little extra, like 5 inches for overlap. What am I talking about overlap? Pretty simple. We have a long strip of fabric here. Mine's 40 inches long for a 16-inch pillow. On one side, I'm going to fold over a 1/2 inch, just like that. Just fold it back, and then I pressed it so that it's nice and flat. The best tool that you can use next to your sewing machine when you're working on projects like this is your iron and ironing board. Always press them before you sew them together. On this side, I also folded back just about a 1/2 inch. Then I'm also going to fold this over for about 2 more inches and press it down. Because when I put this pillow together, this side comes like this. This is going to go over like this and overlap this piece to about a 1/4 inch from the edge, just like that. Once you have it the way you want it to be, just take some straight pins. And straight pins are great because they really hold your fabric, and especially if you're new to sewing or you're experienced, you don't want these slipping around when you go to the sewing machine. Now, just a few pins, and remember, we always take those pins out before we sew. We never want to run over one with our sewing machine needle. It's a good way to break one. Let's go over to the sewing machine. You know, one of the things I want you to keep in mind is it doesn't really matter what kind of sewing machine you had, whether you inherited it from your grandmother or it's a fancy one, they all sew the same pretty much. Okay, you've got a guide on the side, and you just want to line it up so you've got that 1/2 inch seam allowance and start to sew. Now, come a little ways, then hit your reverse button. That kind of locks that seam in, and then you're just going to keep it following right by that guideline all the way down this seam. See, I broke my own rule. I ran right over that pin. I just got lucky. That's all I can tell you. Out here, I'm going to take it out, though. Press. Take out your next one. And when you get to the end, you're going to lock that stitch down just like you did when you started out. Once you have one side done, then you're just going to flip it around and do the other side just like I did this side. Once you have both of the ends done, then you're going to turn this cover right side out, slide your pillow into the placket area, wiggle it down and get it in place, and there. That's all there is to making your own covers for your pillows. Go ahead, update your rooms now with new pillows. Less is more when it comes to accessorizing your bedroom. You want to make sure that you still have enough space to put down, maybe your alarm clock, your jewelry, a good book, so keep it nice and simple. Here we've got a basket that holds some books for us to keep them nice and organized, a couple of lamps on each side of the bed, and we've balanced the room that way. Add some fresh flowers, and don't forget, you want to also incorporate some fresh living plants in your decor. It helps move that oxygen around. Make sure that you get an environment that you will love for years to come. Hey Logan, what do you think of this room?
I think my room should be next.
I think that might be a good idea. Join us next time when we'll show you more great ways that you can get the most out of your home, your garden, and your bedrooms.
See you soon.
If you would like additional information about today's guests or project ideas, please visit us on the web at foryourhome.com. We will do our best to help you out.